We got $5 from 02. Thank you for the great marathon. I've really been enjoying the runs. I can't give much, but I hope it helps. Looking forward to the Minish Cap speedrun, probably the cutest Zelda game ever. Alright, I just got word from tech that we're ready to transition, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Shredberg, with his run of Super Meat Boy.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Just got to launch this again real quick. Cool. Delete the save. Awesome. Hey, guys. Real late here, almost 5 a.m., but ready for some Meat Boy. This is any percent, so let's just go ahead and get started. I'll give you a countdown on 3. So let's go 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so indie platformer from Team Meat 2010. For the most part, this game's just running and jumping, but there's actually a lot of tech that's going to be behind it. Some of it that you can't really see until you get an expert in it, but I'm going to try to explain it. First thing is there, when you see me pause, it's actually called auto jump. I'm pressing pause and jump at the same time, and when I unpause, it allows me to jump on every single frame. I do that to get climb up walls faster, get tricks that would be otherwise very difficult to get otherwise. Things that might be frame perfect or just a couple frames. So just speeding along through these levels. Another thing that's going to happen is I'm going to use auto jump here. I'm going to make sure to touch bandage girl while on the ground, then use auto jump, and it stores my position at the beginning of the level as if I was on the ground. If you look at Meat Boy at the beginning of levels, he actually spawns right above the ground. So by doing that, I get a little bit more height. This is a game that actively wants to kill you, so trying to get through a run of this deathless is pretty tough, but try to do my best to minimize things. And you see I'm skipping levels. What that does is allows me to play the most optimal levels possible. You only have to do 17 to get to the boss of each chapter, 5 chapters. So some levels are going to be faster than others. So right there we skipped 15 so we can go to 18, which was incredibly short. So this is the first boss, Little Slugger. It's essentially an auto-scroller. You can get to the end of it as fast as you want, but you're still going to have to wait for him to get to the end. And there we are.
Do we got time for one really quick donation?
Oh, we do.
We got $100 from Deathwish, who says, great event and great cause. Keep up the great work, everyone. Let's get that Wind Waker randomizer.
Yeah, let's get that rando, guys.
We're a little over $200 away. I know you guys can get it.
We can get it during this run. I believe. Let's get it. If you've never seen a Zelda rando before, they are something special. All right, so now we're going into hospital. A bit of a step up in challenge from Forest, the first chapter. This is going to get a lot more precise jumps, a lot more sort of death traps. It's going to introduce these shooting out saw blades, and also these fans, which I'm not a fan of. Good one.
I thought my puns were bad.
Yeah, I know. They're a little bit weird, especially on this level right here. They basically, the closer to the center you are, the more momentum you get off of them. So you want to try to, depending on the level, be in the fan's influence, but not in the center of it. So it can be a little bit funky to sort of master it. In Hospital, it's not that bad, but when you start getting into sort of later, 106 especially, another category, you get some fans that are not particularly pleasant. Oh, whoops. Okay. Well, level's just so nice, I need to show you guys it again. All right, hopefully I should be able to get fast cycle. I made it. Cool.
You could say that level was fantastic.
Oh, yes, you can. All right there you saw me jump off of the wall at the beginning of the level. It's called spawn jump. It's fairly precise, but essentially just allows you, once you jump off walls, you get to full Meat Boy speed basically immediately. So doing that saves a couple tenths of seconds. And this is a speed run where especially right now, it's so optimized that you're fighting for those tenths of seconds. Anything that can save a tiny bit of time is worth it. Another level with fans right here. Whoops. It can be really tricky. And then right here, trying to run off and then, yep, hit the side of it. Gonna, oh, whoops. Well, I didn't get it. I paused too late there. With storage jump, as I explained it earlier, I was trying to get it there. You have to activate it essentially before the timer starts. And if you don't get the storage. Because once the timer starts and Meat Boy sort of forms, it no longer starts position. Well, right there I used, whoops. All right, well, I'm gonna use that storage to get there. You can technically get that without storage, but it's very difficult. All right, now gonna go into the second boss, Chad. This is kind of an auto-scroller, but we're going to try to manipulate this. It's gonna go up, and if you're doing it casually, it'd stop here in the middle. But we're gonna try to grab this key while it's still moving up. We did, and it's still gonna get, okay, need to get this jump, cool. And then we're gonna wait to grab the key for a little bit, or else Chad will move very slowly. I think someone in the community, I think it was Wormham, was saying that it's like King Zora in Ocarina of Time when he does it where he's scooting over. It's that slow. All right, now going to the Salt Factory. This is the chapter that invented PJ Salt. I don't think that's true, but I said it, so it must be true. I'm gonna use a storage right there to be able to jump and get that immediately. This level, or this chapter, introduces conveyors. Technically, this level does as well. Those affect Meat Boy's speed. It has a little direction on them to, you know, tell you sort of which direction it is, and you know, if you're running towards it, that's going to give you momentum, and well, actually, it's just going to affect your speed. Right. It's going to carry me up here. I'm going to try to get a skip right here. My setup's pretty inconsistent, but I'm going to try to get to the bottom there. Should get it. Nice. Normally you have to go to the other side of that, wait for it to shoot you up, but doing that saves about 2 seconds. And 2 seconds is a lot in this game. There's technically even a faster strat, but it is absolutely insane and I do not understand it. The world record holder in this Mate always tells me, just do it, it's not that bad. But he's wrong, it's hard. Alright. And after this, gonna leave back to the map. 12 and 13 are auto-scrollers, so they're both slow and not very fun. So we're gonna go into these ones right here. Oops, just quick, cool, made it. Alright, this level's been sort of bane of my existence for a while. Got it first try. There's going to be a skip right here. Normally you have to wait for this platform to sort of carry you over after you grab this key. We're going to try to make this jump. Ah, dang. Alright, second try. Let's get it. I'm going directionless, and then at a certain point of the air, I move back over towards Bandage Girl. Whoops. I sort of didn't say the story because this is, you know, very important story to the game. There's Dr. Fetus, right? He's the bad guy. Whoa, whoops, I jumped too high there. He stole Bandage Girl, who's Meat Boy's, whoops, died again, girlfriend. And we're trying to save Bandage Girl, so. Whoops, I did not mean to exit to map there. That's a little bit of time loss. And now we got another boss. It's Brownie. Actually, probably my favorite boss in this game, at least casually. But we're just going to skip him because he takes too long. We can just go on the side there, and we can do something I've actually been doing the majority of this run. It's called sprint jumps. Essentially, when I'm going off of a wall, I let go of sprint as I jump. Right after I jump, I hold down sprint. That changes your momentum in air, and it keeps you close to walls. So there's actually a death plane that's right outside of there, so if you try to do a normal wall jump, you'll probably die. At least on the PC version. Xbox version, it's kind of a freer skip. But you need that those sprint jumps on the PC version to get brownie skip. All right, here's probably the... Let's see if I can get this. I need to concentrate for a second. Okay, I'm going to try one more time on this. Hex skip, it's pretty precise. Okay, I'm not going to go for it. I messed up the setup. But try to do a jump where you lose height after the jump, which is sort of as difficult as it sounds. You need to do a tiny tap jump. Make sure that you either stay a neutral direction on your D-pad or hold left for a little bit. If you don't, you get too much height. Yeah, this is hell. It's actually probably the biggest leap in difficulty of any of the chapters, at least in my opinion. Completely botched my setup there. Just took it safe. All right. This is a level where we have to wait for a while, and then there's a little bit of a scary jump, but got it. Cool. Yeah, this chapter is just full of tight jumps and a lot of skips. Right here, I'm going to try to not wait for this eyeball. I don't think I'm going to get it. Nope. All right. You can squeeze between those and get it fast. Oh, I did not mean to get rid of that dust block there. Should be fine. And it's not. That's the exact reason I don't like to get rid of it. You don't need it, but you're going to jump underneath a couple lasers. Alright. And then these guys, Maws, are something else. For the most part, actually, in any percent, that's really the only level that the Maws really gives me trouble. The other ones are fairly straightforward as long as you stay to the strategies that you're going to do. Going to skip out because the next level in there is extremely slow. Going to go to this one. And we're just going to hide under this dust block. And there we go. Now we're going to go to the Hell boss, which is my personal favorite boss in the game. Because we're just going to stand right here, and we're going to jump 3 times. The window to jump there is like 2 seconds, so pretty precise. If there's any donations or anything, that would be the perfect time.
There's no new donations right now, but we are extremely close to meeting our incentive for the Wind Waker randomizer. Like I said before, we're just a little over 200 right now. You can easily make that by the end of this run. I know chat can do it.
Let's do it, guys. We can get it. All right. As long as I don't move here, I won't die. So now watch your back won't make fun of me. I died on this like a few weeks ago, and he still hasn't forgiven me for it. And I need your forgiveness. I need it.
Hardest boss, honestly.
Hardest boss. All right, now we're going to go into Rapture, which is a big run killer. This first jump right here, this is my least favorite jump in the game. There's a white flash there. What happens is in the cutscene after the Hell boss, the game wants to put that white flash in there. And since we're skipping the cutscene, it just puts it in the first place it can, which is at the beginning of the level. So it makes that jump sort of a blind jump, and I absolutely hate it. A lot of... Whoops. Oh man, I almost thought I made it. That was way late. I was doing the safe strat too. Feels bad. It's a lot of hitting cycles, doing sort of precise jumps when you're going fast in these, even though the strategies might not be as difficult as, whoa, okay, school made it, cool, as hell. It's just really easy to die on a lot of these levels, like right here. Oh god. This, cool. This level is, can be a pain. There's many times where I've just gotten stuck on it for a while. Alright, gonna jump off that wall to hit the button. You're gonna go underneath to get that button. And here is, we're grabbing keys while in air. Whoops, gonna have to die. Technically I could go grab that key underneath, but it's faster for me to die if I miss it. But the second key I absolutely cannot. Well, I did. You can't have it go down because there's actually no bottom to that one. So if you miss the key, that's it. And then there's that saw right there, which is it's gonna take it a little bit safe there. Cool. Gonna take it safe here as well. I probably could have made that, but I don't think we want to see going through this level 4 times. Gonna skip 5-8 because it's slow. Go to 5-9. Introduce these guys. I forget what their official name is. Everyone seems to call it something different. I call them zombie boys. They are absolutely awful. They are a little bit random in how they move. They can either chase you or jump. Sort of the radius that or distance away from them in which they chase you is random, and whether or not they jump is random. So they can just, you can't really get it super consistent with these. Like on this one right here, sometimes you'll just die. All right, here, there's a warp zone here. You might have wondered what those guys were. We're gonna jump over it because we're not gonna go towards that. I definitely have gone in there before, even on runs in good pace.
What's in the warp zone, if you don't mind my asking?
It is, they're just essentially different levels. They're sort of, yeah, different challenge levels. Oh, crap. You only do them in 106. Oh, crap. Oh, gosh. Right there. So I want to jump onto that platform. I auto-jump there for safety. You don't need it, but you're falling really fast, and it's sort of a blind jump, so that's what I'm going to do. All right. This level looks more challenging than it is. Once you get down the jumps in there, it's really free. This level casually takes like 30 seconds. We're just going to jump across it like it's nothing. All right, I'm going to try to do something with a rocket here. I missed it. All right. Man, I was trying to do a cool strat that saves maybe a quarter second, but I'm just going to have to do the vanilla strat. All right, and this is the last level there. So while I'm waiting here, I'm just going to try to explain the next boss, who is, to put it blunt, god-awful. It's all RNG and has killed more PB attempts than I can count. So what's going to happen here, though, is I'm going to try to manipulate it. Normally, only one can jump per cycle, but I'm going to do this. Cool, one of them jumped. The other one didn't jump. So normally, only one can jump per cycle. I try to do a manipulation to have more than one jump per cycle. We just wait for these worms to jump and die. And that's pretty much it. Right now I have no control over it. I'm just waiting. Honestly, not that bad. I think that was like a 6 cycle. I've gotten in the 20s of cycles. Taken over like 2 minutes for some of those. Optimally, it takes about 10 seconds if you get a 2 cycle. Technically, you can get it in 1 cycle, but there's no point in going for that in runs. All right. So now we're at the end. You can tell because the chapter is called The End. All right. Come on, please. There we go. Right there, you saw me jump off of what seemed to be the air. That's a property of half blocks. So half blocks are blocks that, are half of a block. And essentially, the game thinks that it's a full block when you jump off of them. So it allows, you don't necessarily use it a lot, at least in any percent, but you use it there. All right, gonna concentrate because this level's been giving me a lot of trouble. All right, gonna try to beat a cycle here. Cool. Awesome. All right, just 2 more levels in the end. The other ones had, you know, the 20 levels and we did 17. This just has 5 and then a boss. And we have to do all 5. They're all fairly long. They're all longer than 15 seconds other than the first level in it. All right, here's Omega. At least when people are first starting running this game, this level is like the biggest run killer. Because there's just a bunch of precise jumps. Oh, got some weird momentum off that. Cool. Gotta squeeze through that little thing. And now there's normally a key that you have to grab. Ooh, I thought I missed that. But we're just gonna skip it there. Oh, okay. But I don't think you guys really understood how cool that key skip was. So I did it so you guys, you know, at home could really get the feeling of key skip.
Just gotta see it one more time.
Yeah. So right there, just gonna do it. You don't actually need auto jump. I just do it for safety. All right, now we're in Dr. Fetus. This is essentially an auto scroller. We're just gonna get through these. Try not to die. Those missiles are the only 2. Normally he shoots missiles at you the whole time, but we're gonna run past it. All right, gonna take a little safety hop there and jump over those saws. And now we're just gonna go to the end of this. I try not to die. Right here, cool. Awesome. And we're just gonna wait here for Dr. Fetus to come. Now, you might say, Mr. Speedrunner man, those saws, they're gonna come right towards you. You're gonna die. And to that I say, astute observation, Mr. Watcher person. But for whatever reason, when you're on a button, you're invincible. No idea why. I have a feeling that it was put into the game specifically so you could do this, but I have no idea. All right, so this is the final escape portion of the game. We have Bandage Girl on our backs. We're gonna get out of here. We're actually gonna use a dev exit, so normally, we're gonna make a couple more jumps. Normally we'd go over to the right there, but we're just gonna end the game right there, and that's time. We're just gonna end the game like that, and so yeah, that's Super Meat Boy 80%. Thanks, guys. Shout outs to the whole Super Meat Boy community. Everyone who's helped me with this game. It's a very great community. Anyone who wants to pick up this game, it's a lot less scary once you got the resources. A lot of helpful people. But yeah, thanks, guys.